Do you know how many times the government has violated our rights? I do. So in case you didn't know, I was recently invited to speak to a small group of people in New York City. The focus of the conversation was patriotism. As usual, the conversation switched gears and led to the Constitution, limited government, and the general state of our country. When the dust settled, I asked this question. Do you know how many times our elected officials have violated our rights, trampled on our liberties? No one really knew. So I told them that I've identified the source of our misery. Did you know that our government has made no less than 77 unconstitutional laws since the year 2000? Actually, 2019 is when the records start to really pop in. Now, this represents the local, state, and federal laws that were found to be unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. Did you know that 27 of the unconstitutional laws were made by the federal government? That leaves 44 unconstitutional laws that have been made by state and local governments. How about this? 58 of the 77 unconstitutional laws were against our liberties as stated in the Bill of Rights. 32 of these unconstitutional laws were against the First Amendment. Now, why is this happening? If you're old enough, you remember Schoolhouse Rock and how bills become law. If not, educate yourself. I know how much, but people love that. As children, we were taught every Saturday in front of the boob tube, every Saturday morning watching cartoons with bowls of cereals that someone has an idea about a law. A congressperson hears this idea and submits a bill. There's a debate, and then there's a vote. If passed, the president signs it into law, and it becomes part of our great nation's laws. It is trusted that the Congress doesn't violate the Constitution, basically the rule book, when making these laws. I'm going to read this to you verbatim. Congress shall make no law respecting any establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. This is the very first rule in the book that is the Constitution. Yet somehow in the past 22 years, our Congress has managed to break this rule 14 times. Now, in this, the president is also culpable, as he signed the bill into law knowing that it would be unconstitutional. He has oodles of lawyers at his beck and call, so he doesn't get himself into situations or known as "I didn't know" situations. This isn't a moment the president ever wants to be in, yet for some reason the last 22 years, it's happened. Now, because 2 of the 3 co-equal branches of government have completely failed the people, we must now use the First Amendment itself to force redress within the Supreme Court. This is a vicious cycle that we have fought for years, and is why parties are always maintaining that they should have more members on the court so that they can control the agenda. Now, the court itself is not innocent. We have all seen the court lean in directions that are clearly unconstitutional and justices that are legislating from the bench. And it's pretty unsat. So whose fault is this in the end? Well, it's your fault. And it's my fault. We have allowed some pretty shady individuals to be elected. And then we didn't keep an eye on them after we let them into office. And then we didn't even try to help our friends to see how bad they were for the country once they were elected. In the end, we, the people, hold the power, not our elected officials. Agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. I read them all, and I try to reply to them as soon as possible. Now, this is the part where I ask you to support the channel. Hit one of those links down there below. If you like what I'm doing, support the channel. If not, just look around, localprepper.net. Until the next time, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.